And like I was talking before, this is the kind of pre-workout that you're going to get into the gym and just up. Like that's what this is. You're getting in there with high stim, getting in there to move some weight. You're not going in to get a big pump. You're not really going in to do CrossFit or some type of interval training. You're going in to move some big weights.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ben, co-host of PricePlow, and today we're going to be talking about a much requested product from our 2020 brand to watch, Glaxon, called Specimen. Now, you guys have requested a lot of these products from this company, Glaxon, because not only is their branding just wild and cool, but obviously there have been behind the scenes with some other brands, and we'll get into that a little bit with the ingredients that are involved here, but also because the reviews on the product have been absolutely rave, while the ingredients and dosaging seem to leave a little bit to be desired. So obviously, I was very interested because of the people that are involved. I'm good friends with Sam Strange, who came on the team there, and he said, you gotta try this out, man. Some of the stuff is just wild. And got in contact with Joey Savage, the formulator, Mike, the CEO, TK in marketing, and just it seems like every end of this company, every category of this product, they're just going full out on this line. So really excited to see what they're doing in 2020. But today we want to talk about Specimen, a pre-workout that is, and I want to set the expectations correct and ahead of time here, a high stim pre-workout with a lot of focus, but do not expect pump from this pre-workout. And there's a little bit of hydration while they don't really claim it in the branding here. I want to make sure that you guys understand this product was put out there as a pre-workout just for stim and focus. They have pump products, they have all sorts of other stuff that you can stack with this or take that if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for a high stim pre-workout, this is the one for you. What's really cool about it is that they do it in a compliant fashion. These guys manufacture themselves, so there's no DMHA, there's no DMA, there's no amp citrate, there's nothing in here that they're gonna get in trouble if they get a knock on the door from the FDA. So as you guys know, my background in manufacturing and compliance and all that stuff, and I am a big fan of compliant formulas, actually sticking to what the FDA asks us to do. Not asks us, but tells us to do. And I have to say, when you look at the supplement facts panel, on first glance, you're like, Ben, this is what you're recommending me? Like, some of these dosages are a little bit below what you normally talk about. And I absolutely agree. When I looked at the dosage, I was like, okay, I mean, it's not bad, but there are some things left to be desired here. And everyone's like, no, check, I promise, try it out, you're gonna love it. And this is how they respond to a lot of these goons, as they call them in the industry, that are stepping up and say like, your Yohimbe is underdosed. And I'm here to stand behind this, guys. You gotta try this out. If you think it is underdosed, you absolutely have to grab a can. But we're gonna go through the formula and I'm gonna talk about why. So, one of the big things we gotta look at, guys, is actually not just the actives in this product. We're actually gonna look at the B vitamins, the minerals, all this other stuff in here that helps potentiate the effects of the active ingredients in the product. Starting at the top, riboflavin, niacin, P5P, methylcobalamin. B vitamins, they're gonna help, well, they help with energy, just to start off with, but they help actually potentiate the ingredients that are being utilized. Joey is a huge fan of niacin. He wanted to put more of it in here, but you're gonna get a niacin flush from this product. If you don't like niacin flushes, honestly, I would probably stay away from Glaxon as a whole, but I would recommend that you learn to understand what it's doing, why it's helpful, and stick around for the ride. The P5P in here, we'll talk about a little bit later. Potentially, it's one of the ingredients further on that seems like it's underdosed, but is very useful. Obviously, these vitamins are essential to the human body as well, so they're gonna help out with a lot of other things being used pre-workout. B12 is great for energy, carbohydrate metabolism. They use the methylcobalamin, and that's another thing to speak on here, is that the niacin, P5P, and methylcobalamin are the best versions to be using of these ingredients. He calls them the coenzyme B vitamins. They are not only going to be the most relevant versions to your tissue and your body, but they're also going to help with the absorption and utilization of other ingredients. So we don't like to see pyridoxine, hydrochloride, or cyanocobalamin, stuff like that. They're just cheap versions of the ingredients that we don't really want to see. We like to see the ones they used here. Now, I talked a little bit about hydration in this product. It's not really claimed on the marketing, but I like that they added some hydration to this. They include magnesium, potassium, sodium, which are obviously also very important for muscle contractions, but I also like how good they are for actually regulating blood pressure and making sure that you're hydrated, because when you're taking in this high level of stimulants, you're gonna be sweating some. Now that we're through the vitamins and minerals, let's jump into the active ingredients. Beta-alanine, first dosage out of here. And I'm going to be, by the way, talking about the 1 scoop dosage. While I do recommend that you start off with half a scoop to assess your tolerance, I didn't, but I would recommend that. That's going to be what I'm talking about here, because I'd like you to taper up to the full dosage and use that as your regular pre-workout, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. 3,200 milligrams of beta-alanine. No, it is not the patented carnosine version. However, with the SOPs that these guys have in place with their own manufacturing, we trust that they are testing their inbound ingredients. We know that they're pure, and they're actually delivering 3,200 milligrams of beta-alanine. Now, obviously, they can't make the claims that carnosine gives with their studies because they're not using carnosine, but I can tell you that beta-alanine is really effective at buffering lactic acid in the body. If you are training apparently for more than 60 seconds, it helps add on endurance to your set. That's what the study says. I believe that as long as you are saturated with beta-alanine, it's going to help with your endurance in the gym. It's going to help make you a better athlete. No reason not to take it. Betaine anhydrous here at 1,500 milligrams. This is one of those ingredients that I would like to have seen at least at 2 grams. At 1,500 milligrams, I'm not going to really complain because I know the guys behind the brand and I know they know what they're doing. Betaine is great for power output, and like I was talking before, this is the kind of pre-workout that you're going to get into the gym and just fuck shit up. Like that's what this is. You're getting in there with high stim, getting in there to move some weight. You're not going in to get a big pump. You're not really going in to do CrossFit or some type of interval training. You're going in to move some big weights. And betaine anhydrous is going to help with that power output. Happy to see it in here at 1,500 milligrams. And I'm not really going to complain. It could be higher dosed, absolutely. But I know there's a reason that Joey's putting it at 1,500 milligrams. So bear with me on it. Taurine. A recent meta-analysis showed this dose anywhere from 1 gram to 6 grams. However, at 1 gram, you immediately saw athletic endurance benefits. It helps with hydration in the body. It's going to put like a layer of water on your body. But overall, you see a great athletic benefit adding in 1 gram here. Some people are like, oh, I could see some more. I like 1 gram. I take 1 gram pre-workout. If you want more taurine, take it around the day. I don't think there's really a reason to be loading a ton of grams of taurine into your pre-workout and taking up the bulk of the percentage of your pre-workout. Now, this is where we start to see some people complaining. Glycerol as Glycer Pump at 1 gram. Now, this is going to help hydrate your body. This is not being put in here for a pump purpose. This is not a pump pre-workout. Yes, I understand that 4 grams of Glycer Pump could give you a great pump, but that's not what they're using it for here. In my opinion, they're probably putting it in here because the stims are so high that they want to make sure that you stay hydrated. Glycer Pump is great at making sure that you're hydrated. If you took more of it, you'd be hyperhydrated and your muscles will be full. But they're staying true to the marketing claims of this pre-workout. I don't look at this as underdose because underdosing is kind of relevant to what they're claiming it to be doing. So happy that they have this in here just to kind of take care of your muscles, make sure that you're not dehydrated during your workout. And this is where it gets fun. Caffeine anhydrous. At 1 full scoop, you get 400 milligrams. Now, this is not a blend of caffeine and Infinergy. This is not a blend of anything other than just caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. If you know me, you know that I like high doses of caffeine. I think they're great for power output. I think they're great for just overall athletic benefits. If you're a 200-pound male, this is like, I think, 4.4 milligrams per kilogram, which is way below where the safety data says you can go up to. This is just really just initially breaking into the strength benefits. You still have cognitive benefits at this dosage at 200 pounds if you're a 200-pound male. I'm just using that as an average. And this is going to kick you up. Obviously, if you are not used to 400 milligrams of caffeine, you should be, assessing your tolerance and working up to a scoop. However, this is not something you want to just be taking without thinking about it. 400 milligrams of caffeine is a healthy dose, and it could make some people uncomfortable if they're not used to it. That being said, happy that they actually went with a high dose here. I'm kind of tired of the industry being afraid of high dosing caffeine because the benefits are there and the safety data is there for a very high dose. So kudos to Glaxon for not being afraid of that. After that positive, we're moving into one that's a little bit more, I'll say, controversial. Cholinase, a trademarked blend of choline sources used by the manufacturer that makes this product, also Entel, as well as Pitbull. You'll see this in some different companies. And if you guys know me, if you're watching this channel for a while, you know that I am not a fan of proprietary blends. I am not really a fan of hiding anything from the consumer. But Joey did shed some light on the yields of these. I'm not going to get super into the chemistry. If you're looking for a really in-depth scientific video. You can go to Joey's video on this.
Cholinase in here, I'll talk about that. It's a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio of choline bitartrate to alpha GPC to actual CDP choline.
But I'm a little bit more here just to explain to you as an athlete what you should expect from this product. We know that the highest dose of ingredient in here is going to be coming from choline bitartrate, which is vitacholine in this source. Normally, I look at choline bitartrate negatively, but in this case, we're looking at vitacholine, which is the L isomer of choline bitartrate. Joey explains that the L isomer of choline bitartrate is much more effective than the other version. So if there's a positive in here, it's better than just an unbranded choline bitartrate. There's also alpha GPC in here inside of choline. And guys, there's a very great chance that the alpha GPC and the cytocholine are dosed out great. It just happens to be that the choline bitartrate is dosed out the largest. This is where we sit down and we say, guys, you just got to try it out. Because I get a ton of focus from this product. I've taken it quite a few times. I've sampled out to other people that had a great experience on it. And this is kind of the response that you have to give to consumers if they complain about the proprietary blend. If you don't like it, Glaxon will refund you. They will. But you got to go out and try it for yourself. This is one of those times where I'm going to get behind a company that has a proprietary blend in their product because I like the product, I like the company, I trust them. I know they're manufacturing to spec, and they can consider that every single time they run a lot. So try out the product for yourself, and I think you'll be happy with it. And that kind of runs into the next ingredient here, tyrosine at 250 milligrams. I like my tyrosine at 3 grams. So obviously when I saw this, I called up Joey and I was just like, how are you getting so much focus out of 250 milligrams of tyrosine? It's tough. Because I took this product, I kind of glanced over it before it came to my house, but I actually just opened it up, scooped it, and took it straight to the gym. I didn't really consider what was in the product. I just wanted to get the benefits without having the dosages fresh in my mind, because sometimes that can sway me from seeing actually what's going on. So what Joey explains is the P5P helps out a lot, potentiating the effects of tyrosine in the body. And if you actually take like a B complex with tyrosine, you'll feel much stronger effects, which I thought was very interesting. I tested that myself and I did feel it. So in this product, they just understood the different ingredients, put them together, and it works very well. And which kind of leads into the next one here. They understood that the combination of all of these stims was going to be very strong for most individuals. So they added in 100 milligrams of theanine, which is, I normally am not really a big fan of theanine in pre-workouts if it's with like 200, 300 milligrams of caffeine. Most compliant pre-workouts do not need theanine, but in this case where you got 400 milligrams of caffeine, and then next you'll see some other stimulants, I was happy with 100 milligrams of theanine. It helps out. After that, we got halostachine hydrochloride, which my understanding is actually came out as a replacement for ephedrine. When ephedrine was banned, this came out and it works very similarly. It's going to elevate your mood. It's going to help kind of burn a little bit more fat. I'm not too concerned about fat burning in pre-workouts because you're going to the gym to move some weight, get some metabolic stress. You're not really too concerned about the amount of calories that you're burning. It is nice to note that it is similar to ephedrine in that it's going to lower your appetite, which I'm not a huge fan of. But what I'm looking at this for is that boost in mood and boost in energy. You already have a ton of caffeine. You have the Yohimbe at the end. You want something that's going to make you a little bit happier. So the halostation works for me. One criticism that a lot of people have is that it's very, very short in the body, but personally, I really wouldn't want those effects for more than 30, 45 minutes. So I'm happy to see that, and I'm not complaining about it. The last 2 ingredients in here, they call the yo-yo blend because it is a blend of 2 different versions of Yohimbe. Like I was talking about before with the L isomer of choline bitartrate, here we once again have 2 different isomers of Yohimbe. One, the Yohimbine, actually has some kind of mental side effects that come along with it. It's going to make you a little paranoid sometimes. For me, it does at least give me a little bit of anxiety, but has great benefits of moving blood to the extremities. Kind of kicks on your fight or flight response, and kicks you out for the gym. Now, the other one, Ribosine, is a little bit weaker. It's a little bit easier on the body. Most people don't get those mental side effects. So by blending together a lower dose of the 2 of them, you get all of the benefits, but you get lower amounts of those mental side effects. Now, for someone like me who generally stays away from Yohimbine because I don't like those effects, I was a little bit hesitant looking at this, but learning a little bit more about how it was formulated and stuff like that, why it was this way. I tried it out. I do not really have the mental side effects too much. There is a little bit of a peak where I'm like, wow, this is strong. I start sweating a lot, which is something I get from Yohimbe, but I don't get that anxiety that I normally get. So this definitely gets my stamp of approval. I understand those two ingredients are lower dose, but when you're getting two very, very similar ingredients dosed out under the clinical dosage, you're going to get a greater effect than just one large dose of one. Overall, guys, Specimen is a product where there are some controversial parts of it. As someone who comes from Nutri as my background, looking at products like this, I get a little bit of hesitant, but understanding that they manufacture themselves, understanding that these guys are veterans of the game, they understand how to synergistically pair ingredients to create a greater effect. I am happy to try out the products that they come out with, and I have to recommend this product. If you are looking for a high stim pre-workout with focus, this is a product you should be considering. If you are looking for a pump, if you are looking for a very well-rounded product, this might not be the one for you to consider. However, a half of a scoop of this with like their plasma surge would give you a more well-rounded product with the pump being added in as well. Overall, this product fits a very specific product niche for most product consumers that are looking for high stim pre-workouts, as a lot of you guys on this channel are. Use coupon code PricePlow at checkout for I think 10-15% off. For all your news, reviews, and interviews, because there's a lot coming when we go down to Houston and meet up with them, go to PricePlow.com/Glaxon. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.